Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. This video comes from Midwest Safety on YouTube. This doesn't come directly from an agency. Instead, this is an entity that does open records requests or FOIA requests, and then they put them on YouTube. This particular video is about some teenagers at I believe it's a Walmart, that are causing problems. They're not there shopping. They're loitering, hanging out, and being a huge problem. Police have to come there, and then they end up resisting the police and using force against the police, and then police finally decide to take action on them. So if you have not gone to the Midwest Safety YouTube page, I'd recommend doing so. They have a lot of interesting content on there, and this was one that I watched that I had to share it because this gives a truer insight to what the juvenile world is like when it comes to the criminal justice system and these officers' actions at the very beginning are part of why so many juveniles out there are so out of control. The other part of it about why they're so out of control is a shared problem with their parents and then also the schools. So a lot of these juveniles are raised in households where there's not really any rules for them. If there are rules inside the house, then they're not fully backed by the parent, the mom, and they end up just not really staying home. They go out on the streets, hanging out and doing stupid stuff. Most of them are raised in households where it's just the mom. If there is a father figure who is present, they're not present all the time. Right? It's like a shared custody thing. Maybe dad sees them on weekends or something like that. And even if they have a dad, chances are their dad is not of any good moral character. They themselves are usually a piece of crap. But a lot of times the father is completely absent in their life. And so that has a huge impact on a person's development, both boys and girls. With the boys, you will often see that they are out of control, extremely rude, have no regard for anyone else. They just kind of run amok and kind of do what they want to do because they've never been put in their place. They've never been checked. There's never been a man who's done that to them. And then the girls, some of some of the same stuff, but then you also see what a lot of people call daddy issues, right? Every heavily promiscuous girl that I've ever encountered has never had a father in their life. And if they did have a father in their life, again, like I said, it's someone who is of no moral character, and it's just a piece of crap. So that's the home front there. That's one part of the problem. The other big part of the problem is the schools. You think about school for juveniles, equate it to a normal person's 40-hour job, right? They're at school 40 hours out of the week, basically. Monday through Friday, they're getting up, going to school, and then coming home late in the afternoon. And again, going back to what I talked about earlier, the problems with the home. If they even get home and stay home, that's one part right there. Sometimes they don't even stay home; they just go out and hang out with friends. But even if they are home, usually unmonitored, playing video games, doing other stuff they're not supposed to be doing because either mom's at work, or the parents they're just not giving a crap. And so, very short amount of time, being spent at home, and then they go to sleep, wake up the next morning, repeat. So, the bulk of their day is spent at school. Well, schools have gotten rid of corporal punishment, so there's no more paddling in the schools. Teachers can't go hands on with the juveniles anymore. The only thing they can do is give them an in-school detention where they have them leave the normal classroom and go to another classroom where, there's maybe some cubicles where they can't turn around and look at other people or easily communicate non-verbally with other people. No talking in the room, etc. Or if they're much more of a behavioral problem, they could be removed from that school entirely and just sent to another school that is basically like an in-school detention type of setting. It's just the whole school is like that. And that's it. That's all they can do. And when they are persistent, continuous problems, that's it. That's the only thing that happens is they just get moved around from the classrooms. They may, say that these classes they're in, the people that they're with could be the problem, so they'll just remove them from that, stick them somewhere else, put them in in-house detention, or send them to another school detention, alternative school type of location. Basically, just sweeping dirt under the rug. Basically, is all they're doing, and because of No Child Left Behind acts and other laws, a lot of school districts find it legally challenging to expel students, even suspend to some degree. And so you do not see suspensions and expulsions occurring at a rate that they should be occurring. And some of this also has to do with how schools get funding from the state. Each school, they have a roster, how many students are on, in that campus, and each day their attendance reports get submitted to the state, and then based on how many students were there that day, that's how much the state gets sending down money to the school district for their expenses, basically. So if the school doesn't have a whole lot of students in the classrooms there or on their campus, well, guess what? They're not getting as much money from the state as they could be. So that's a problem there in itself. And I think that kind of contributes a little bit to why we don't see expulsions occurring like they should be. So what you have is, again, equate it to a 40-hour job, right? Like they're spending 40 hours a week in a school to where they are being conditioned to do whatever the heck they want to do, and there's no real consequences for it. None. They might go to a in-school detention or move to another building, but they're still continuing to do the stuff that they're doing, still being a problem. And then that, in turn, ends up disrupting the rest of the school operations. So you have other students in a classroom who are having to pause or completely stop their learning because of antics like these people. The best thing to do is just to expel them from school. If there's such a problem that they are disrupting school, disrupting class, impacting the education of others, they're not even there to really want to learn, just get rid of them. Send them back home. Let their idiot parents decide what to do with them. Because all these parents are doing is they're banking off the government for government-funded babysitting. That's all public school is to some of these people. It is government-funded daycare for them. I'm not a fan of my tax dollars going towards public schools being a daycare for delinquents who have no care about their education whatsoever, and for these uncaring parents who don't really care about what their kids are doing. They just don't want them in their hair because either they're at work or they just don't want to be around them. Some of these parents, they don't want their kids. It's very evident. Like, these kids are not loved, as you can see, or else they wouldn't be acting like this. So, again, the home front is a problem, one of the biggest problems. The school is probably the biggest problem of it all, because they go 40 hours a week doing whatever they want to do, no real consequences, and they get this mindset that they can do whatever they want and nothing's going to happen. And then when you bring in the law enforcement and the courts and the correction side of things, then that really brings it full circle for them, and they fully learn that they can do whatever they want and no one's going to mess with them. And you will see this at the very beginning of the video with the actions of the officers. The officers are not doing crap. They're not doing anything that they need to be doing. They're being all soft, soft-handed, soft-voiced, letting these juveniles run all over them, not doing anything to them. And that sends the wrong message. Completely wrong message. So, and this is just something, because they were arrested and force was used, this ends up being a video. How many other times have they dealt with law enforcement that the body cam footage never made it to the internet? Well, it'd be hard to say for sure, because juvenile records are hard to get because they treat it like classified information. You can't request records specifically on juveniles. It ends up being redacted. Now, some states are a little bit different with their laws. Sometimes faces and stuff can be shown, etc. But a lot of times the states have laws set up to where it's kind of hard to search for records involving juveniles. Now, you can, let's say this incident made the news. They made the request for the video from this specific date. Yeah, that's one thing, but you can't just go down to a station and do an open records request on juvenile John Smith, right? Like, they're not going to give you the records involving that juvenile. So, it would be hard to say how many times they've been dealt with. But I would say, or I would not be surprised if they've dealt with law enforcement one or two times before this, and they had the very same interaction with these officers at the very beginning. Soft-voiced, soft hands, not doing much of anything to them, not doing work, not doing police work the way they need to be doing police work. And so that further compounds, well, hey, I can act like a jerk and do what I want, nothing's going to happen. And because the courts oftentimes fail at doing what they need to be doing, the street cops just don't even pressing the issue on the streets. They rarely want to give a citation and very, very rarely want to detain or arrest, because they know it's just going to be a headache for them later on. And it's just going to amount to nothing. They may just have their case dismissed, or charges amended down to something, or have pretrial diversion, and it's just a big waste of time. So street cops, a lot of times, when they get to somewhere and they're dealing with juveniles, they just let them go. Sometimes they don't even yell at them. They just let them go. And if they were an adult, it would be a totally different outcome, totally different story. They would immediately arrest them. But because they're juveniles, and because the courts handle them differently, and the police just don't want the headache of dealing with it all, they just let them go. So when these juveniles encounter situations like this, and they have their friends who encounter situations like this, it illustrates to them very clearly that they can do what they want and nothing's going to happen. Like I said, the courts will do pretrial diversions. For example, here in Kentucky, juveniles get an automatic 3 pretrial diversions for misdemeanors and 1 automatic pretrial diversion for a felony. It's automatic. It's a given. Like, they don't have to do anything for it. You get arrested for burglary, boom. Your first offense, automatic pretrial diversion. You go steal a car, boom, automatic pretrial diversion. So you get up to 3 pretrial diversions for misdemeanors and 1 for felonies. And then, even when they commit so many more crimes that they run out of their free get out of jail cards, the sentencing is very, very relaxed. They don't hardly do any time. I've seen juveniles who have shot at other people, tried to kill them, right? They don't even realistically do a whole year. Now, are they confined for maybe a year or so? Yeah, because they've been in detention waiting for the trial process to go through, and then they get final sentence or whatever. But the final sentencing is not very long at all. And for here in Kentucky, the final sentencing for juveniles is not geared towards punishment. It is geared towards what they call treatment. And so they will go to a youth development center that's not set up like a prison at all. It is set up basically like a summer camp. And that's what a lot of them call these places. They call them camps because they're out in the middle of nowhere, out in the middle of the woods. There's no fences around. There's nothing keeping them in. And they go there and they kind of do whatever they want, because the corrections side of the justice wheelhouse hires a bunch of idiots who do not care what goes on, and they just let them do whatever they do because they want to clock in, clock out, go home, no headaches, and call it a day. And so again, once they are caught and they go to to the juvenile detention or to the youth development centers or wherever, the staff there, they don't care. They just let them do whatever they want. So it's a lot of multiple failing points for a lot of juveniles in this country. Again, the home life, lack of a father, school, not doing anything to them for 40 hours a week, and then when they do come into contact with law enforcement, oftentimes law enforcement is not doing anything to them because the courts fail to do anything with them. So the cops don't want to waste their time. They just let them go. If they ever do go to court, the courts, again, they drop the ball, let them out early, give them pretrial diversion, let them do coloring books as part of their pretrial diversion. Give them a freaking coloring book and let them, you think I'm joking. I'm not. Literally, there are 15 to 17-year-olds out there who've been caught for crimes that go to the court-designated worker here in Kentucky, and they can hand them a coloring book that has some, life lesson stuff in it, and that's part of their pretrial diversion. And they get their charges dismissed. So they do that, and then even when they are locked up in juvenile detention or sent to the equivalent of a juvenile prison, there's no accountability. They do whatever they want. And so it leads to stuff like what you're about to see here. And so I'm going to warn you, if you're on any type of blood pressure medication, you need to make sure you've taken your blood pressure medication, because what you're about to see is going to drive you up the wall. I was watching this last night, and I guess as I was watching it, I was saying some things because my wife came in and said, "You're talking to yourself." And I was, like these people who watch like a sports game on TV, and they're like, "Nah, don't do that." Blah blah blah. Like, here I am watching this video, and I'm kind of doing the same thing. Like, "What are you doing? Don't do this." Tase them. Yeah. Like I said, you take blood pressure medication, make sure you're taking it, because what you're about to see is going to drive you up the wall. All right, I'll get done talking and we'll watch the video.
What is y'all doing?
We just saying.
Okay, but they don't saw y'all breaking stuff. Sir, get up.
Hey, wake him up.
Sir.
But
Hey,
he ain't did nothing. He
Get
just
up.
sitting there the whole time.
sweetheart, if you ain't do nothing, be quiet.
Damn.
Y'all was breaking stuff. Y'all done broke wine bottles. It's on camera. They done caught y'all breaking stuff. Where y'all parents?
I ain't got no money.
Why y'all not home or no park or something? This is not the spot. Kroger do not allow this. Y'all not supposed to be. Look, he already messing up the furniture.
Hey man, slow. It ain't hard to fix. Come on, come on, y'all. We finna leave.
What you say? Y'all come here. Don't make this harder than what it has to be because y'all old enough to go. So sit down and listen to what we gotta say.
This officer talking to y'all, then stop moving. You understand me?
No, bro, what the
I'm not gonna play with you because I know you already been kicked out of the mall today. Okay? Time to leave. Get up, man. Time to go.
Chill out. Screaming. I heard you, man.
Let's go. That way. Out. Out.
We waiting on this.
Outside. I don't care if you wait out. You leave. Okay?
No, not too much of my sister though.
Let's go.
Tie my shoe.
I don't worry about it. I'm not worried about your shoe. You can tie that outside. Let's go.
My cousin either.
Go. Go. Go.
You work at Emerald. You ain't working nowhere.
Let's go.
You ain't working nowhere.
Let's go. Time to go.
You ain't working nowhere.
Are you his parent?
I'm not his parent.
All right, then let's go.
Yeah, his parent. Yeah.
Let's go. I'm going to put you in handcuffs in a minute. Do you understand that?
Don't touch him again.
Excuse me? He's going to listen or he's going to go in handcuffs. Now let's go.
Look, I'm not even doing that. Look, I'm finna walk up. It's not working.
4 Delta 2. Send me a couple more units. I got 6 juveniles that are being disorderly.
Never get off me.
Come here. Come here, sweetie. Sweetie. Come here. What's your name? I don't got a name. Listen here, sweetie. Let's not make this harder than what it has to be.
No, I
understand, but y'all together, I'm getting everybody's name. Everybody else cooperating, you cooperate as well. What's your name?
My name's Taylor.
Outside. I don't care who you're waiting on. Outside.
46 now.
Just trying to get them outside. They're not wanting to go and one's wanting to struggle with me.
I'm trying to get my ball.
No. Put your hand behind your
I'm
back.
trying to get my ball.
Put your hand behind your back.
I'm finna walk out.
Put your hands behind your back. Now. Put your hands behind your back.
Let somebody get this.
No, you're not listening to me.
Tell me, what the is wrong with you? Let me.
I gave you orders.
I don't give a what the I don't give a. Get the off me. Fuck wrong with you? Get off me.
4 Delta 2, send me a unit 1018. One's wanting to fight with me.
Look, bro. Look, bro. Look, bro.
Go down.
Now you're doing that.
Get off of me or you're going to cuff too.
Get down.
Hey, y'all, bud. Got me up. No,
Get off here.
back up. Let go. You be get on the ground. Okay, look at here. Here. Look at I'm trying to get. It's not meant to be gentle.
Watch out. Watch out.
Hey, what the? Look, get the off me. Oh, my brother. Look, get the man, what the? Stop. Stand up. Look, I can't. Stand up. Look, you can get up. Watch out. He ain't going right out. Handcuffs on, man. Let go.
Come here.
Let go. Well, you man, get your goddamn hands off.
Hey.
Chill out.
Watch out, let me get my phone.
Come here.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
Man, get the off me, cop. I don't even move like that.
I don't get the phone. Let's go.
Phone is over there.
Come on, Jaquela.
shopping anymore. So you can turn around and leave the store right now.
Phone! Shit!
Hey, where's your phone then?
I'm going to get it.
Where is it? We can help you find it.
Look, bro, I'm not getting in that car. Look, bro, can y'all please call y'all sergeant? Look, bro, no.
I am the sergeant.
Okay, look, Sergeant Smartwood. Look, bro, no, can y'all talk to me first? Look. God damn.
If you want to go in handcuffs, keep it up or back off.
Back off.
Back off. Look, bro,
Get in the car.
You either get in or I'm throwing you in. You got 1 minute.
Look, bro, wait. Can y'all listen, please? Look, bro, these handcuffs.
Move your legs.
Get all the way in.
These handcuffs, man. Can you please?
We'll adjust them once you're in. Get in.
Okay, you cannot.
Get in.
You cannot push me.
Get in.
I can't. The f***ing buckler's behind me, sir. Get your key. I was trying to, sir. What the f*** that hurt? My.
We're not walking around looking at merchandise right now.
I don't want this haircut.
You should be in handcuffs right now for assaulting my officer back there, okay? I'm giving you a chance to get your phone. If you're not going to get your phone, I'm going to take you outside and handcuff.
Go. Come on.
You think I'm doing?
Come on.
Hell, he's tweaking.
Alright. Now let's get out. Come on. You don't need to fix it. Don't fix it.
Respect. I don't mess up.
Let's just go.
I ain't dead. I walked in.
Go home. Go home.
You good, Sergeant? Out of breath, but I'm good.
Where's the other one?
There's 5 others in there.
Webb and Cutter with him.
They're all out now.
Bro, what the bro? I was leaving.
Huh?
We can't leave.
He's gonna be all right. There's 100 of us here. There's cameras. Are you going to Taco Bell or not? If not, then sit over there and be quiet.
Since you know the people he was with, will you try to, the ones that are left, try to get their info?
I got their names.
Thank you.
What's your mama number? She is him. Give me her number. I'll call her.
Ma'am, you have an ID on you, by chance?
Hey, listen. What's your brother's name? If you don't tell us, he's got to go to the jail. And
No, we don't.
That's how that works.
Damn, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You're rolling deep for 4 people.
6.
She's not going to tell us either. They'll just have to fingerprint it.
Come on, man. I mean, so.
Oh, where you going?
Oh, God. I'm going to walk with him.
Where you going?
Stop right there. You're not coming in closer. Stop and walk down there.
You can sit right there. Say we can go over.
Walk that way.
The officer said we can go over.
No, you're not. Walk that way.
Officer said we can come over there.
Who are you?
Officer McDonald.
The
Now walk
officer
that
said
way.
we can come over here.
64386. Walk.
That officer over there said we can come over here. You got pepper spray out like we are threatening. We just standing.
Walk that way.
2 of us, 3 of you. What the f*** you mean? Y'all rolling deep.
That way.
1, 2. 1, 2, 3. What the
Walk that way now, or I'm going to put all 3 of you in handcuffs and you can join him in the car. All right? All right, turn around, put your ass in your back.
Don't touch me.
No, turn around, put your ass in your back.
God, like what the f***? Tighten up. I'm standing here. No. You can get out my face. As long as I ain't, whatever the f*** what they said.
Boss man, go ahead and put your lighter down for me. Stand up.
If I'm just sitting down playing
Behind your back.
You're going to be under arrest too.
what the f*** I do?
Battery on a Leo.
Battery on the wall. I didn't touch nobody.
Yeah, you did.
Who?
It's on his body camera and the Kroger
Who I
camera.
touched? Y'all tweet.
Y'all not taking both
Go,
of
buddy.
them.
Tweet out, but I didn't touch not a damn person.
I ain't even doing
I'm not gonna do a step on my phone.
Let him handcuff you. Don't do this.
Man, what the f*** you mean? I didn't touch you. Bro, that's family, man.
Do you want to get tased? Put your hand behind your back.
Didn't do anything. Exactly, bro. I'm just sitting here.
No, y'all tweet.
Pull it behind you. There's the cuff right here.
Why y'all arresting them?
Obstruction.
Let me go. Stop. I got the handcuffs off me. So y'all tweaking, cuz. Tweak, but I'm not doing. I'm sitting here. I ain't hitting nobody. I ain't touching nobody.
Bro, get off me. Bro, quit.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Man.
In the car.
Bro, I can get him on my
Move your legs.
I'm trying to move.
Move your legs.
No.
Move your legs.
Man, you just scratched the fuck out my face. Man, let me the fuck go. Man, get these motherfuckers off me, man. Bro, no, what the let me, bro. Y'all niggas blowing. You mother. Oh, get your ass off me, man. I'ma get up. Hold, move. Grab my phone, car. Don't touch my. I'm tweet out, man. Man, let me go, man. Y'all got me up. Move. Man, I don't give a fuck that. Huh? Man,
You're under arrest.
Man, get in the car. Take the badges off.